Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily market review for the trading day ending Tuesday, July 15th. Well, firstly to the S&P 500, and here we've seen the market enter into an indecisive mode with an indecisive spinning top type candle. We saw the buyers strong enough to take out the previous high, but the sellers were also strong enough to take out the previous low, giving us an outside day in bar chart terms and raising a lot of doubt about whether the market will be able to continue this trend to the upside. This is something of a bearish, almost a bearish harami pattern. The body of the candle here is not quite inside the body of the previous candle, but the sentiment here in terms of net momentum, which was to the upside fairly strongly for the previous day's trading, has changed because of the shift in net momentum to the sellers. So it suggests the possibility of a change of trend. Now the thing we need to watch here for, however, is that for the second consecutive trading day, the Tenkan-sen has held as support for this market. So we will be watching for continued support around there. Now, important trading coming up if the market does sell off. We do have potentially strong support at 1955, and we have the Kijun-sen trading there. So that will be a very, very important area. And if the market can change the trend in the first time frame from here and trade down through this swing low, which is at 1952.86, if we can establish a new lower trough down below there, we could have a change of trend in that second term time frame, and that could be very, very important to this market. But we still do have a bullish market in all three timeframes and being supported by the Chikas band. So the market still has that solid upside momentum. So there is much doubt about this indecisiveness, and it could just be a bit of jitters as the market is once again attempting to establish new major highs up above this 1985 level. So important trading coming up for the next day. If the buyers do come into the market, we should see a solid assault on the major high, or if the sellers come in, there are some good areas of support just below. Moving next to the NASDAQ 100, and here we see a slightly different candle. Once again, an outside day in bar chart terms, a shift from a white body to a black body, and the black body is very much larger than the previous. But here we have set up for a change of trend with a bearish engulfing pattern. So here we have the uptrend in place, the white body candle, and the black body here completely engulfs the body of the previous candle. So a very good possibility of change of trend, but we do require confirmation. Now, the thing here is that even though we have a black body candle, we haven't seen the sellers confirm the downside trading with a close down around the lows. So what we wanted to see was the sellers close with control and continue that commitment. They lost commitment as evidenced by the shadow and the interaction with the support at the Tenkan-sen. We've seen them lose commitment there and the buyers come back into this market with neither side closing with control. So it doesn't suggest that we are going to see some strong downside. But by the same token, the story here is about the lack of strength from the buyers following this indecisive spinning top type candle from the previous day's trading. We did have something of a window open up here between these this second last and the third last candle, and that's been closed. The important thing here, however, that the market was unable to close the market beyond that level, so it will still be a significant area moving forward. There is still potential for the market to trade up, but we are getting some mixed signals, a lack of strength from the buyers in that in terms of the short-term dynamics, but still strong bullish activity in trading above the cloud, the Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and strongly supported by the Chikas band. The distance trading away from the cloud is starting to look a little overextended, so something of a retracement wouldn't surprise. But looking at all this price action through here, the Tenkan-sen has held as very solid support for this market, and the market hasn't closed down below there for all of this trading. If we do see a bearish close down below there, it could be a significant change in sentiment. So we will be watching here for the buyers to come in or for a bearish close down below that Tenkan-sen. Now moving next to the Russell 2000 index, and here we see a very, very different market than we've seen with the S&P 500 and with the NASDAQ 100. Here we have a market that's trending down in the first term time frame, but also importantly trading down below the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen. So we have a bearish market in the medium and fast term time frames. We also have the Chikou span now just trading below that corresponding price action, confirming the negative momentum that we're starting to see in this market. So what we're seeing here is weakness in the smaller cap stocks. The larger cap stocks are still trending up, weakness in the smaller cap stocks. Is this something of a warning that we could start then to see selling in the higher cap stocks, and that the internals of this market are not healthy? Important activity coming up over the next few trading days if the market does start to trend down, with the potential support around the Ichimoku cloud around 1139. But over the next week or so, that support may be very weak because we have a thin part of the cloud. As we then get into the next trading week, that cloud becomes thicker and thicker. So if the sellers can hold off here and we can see some buying coming in, there is an opportunity for this market to not turn negative. But here, the story here is really, compared to the higher cap indices, this really is a story about weakness in the smaller cap stocks, and potential for the smaller cap index here, the Russell 2000, which is a broader index, to change trend if the sellers can maintain this solid downside momentum that they have. Now let's just look at the Bollinger Bands here with the Russell 2000 index as well, and this really does tell an important story. And we can see here how we had this important bullish trading activity up above the 1 standard deviation band, the top of the band holding a support, and then the market going on with a move, then the very bearish candles and the price action within the Bollinger Bands giving us a neutral market, then the breakout, the retracement back to the band, the bottom band, and now the strong selling coming in. And this suggests that we could see something of a strong downtrend develop here in the Russell 2000. What we're looking for here is follow through down below this level. So if we see continued bearish activity, we could see this market continue to develop to the downside. We're also seeing these bands start to widen, where they squeezed up a little bit here through this area. Not significant squeeze, but it still was a squeeze, but beginning to widen here with this volatility in manifesting itself as downtrending price action.